What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video here in the summer season of Forza Horizon 5's series number 2. We're driving around in our 57 Chevy Bel Air that we unlocked in the last video. Obviously it's got some upgrades to it. It's not stock currently, but today we're going to be continuing and finishing out the seasonal championships for the summer season here, and we're going to be doing the Toys Under the Tree seasonal championship to get the red nose for our character. That's not really the best reward, but we're going to do it nonetheless. We need the points, and I think after we get the points for that, we will have enough for the Mercedes-AMG E63 and the seasonal progress. So our car restriction here is track toys, and it has to be an S1 900 car. So I've got 3 cars set up, one of which I've made a tune for, but the other 2 are, tunes from creators or tuners on the community page. So I'm going to jump into our first car. I'll probably jump into the car that I made, and then we'll jump into those other 2 cars in the second and third race, but I'll jump over there and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so here is the car that I made myself and put the tune on. So this is the 2016 Porsche Cayman GT4. So the share code for the tune will be up on the screen now. This thing is rocking race tires and it is all-wheel drive. So we'll see how it does here in our first race of the Toys Under the Tree Championship. And the races we will have, there's a circuit race, and a sprint race. Alright, the first race is Tierra Prospera Circuit. And as always, make sure your driver tire difficulty is at highly skilled. It should be locked there, but good thing to check just in case. I've heard reports of people saying that, there's a potential where if you set that too highly skilled before you jump into the race, that may cause or fix an issue where you aren't getting the reward after you win the championship itself. So definitely worth a shot if you are having issues like that where you win the championship and it doesn't give you the reward, being the car, or in this case a nose. Just go ahead and try that out too. I'd be very curious to see if that fixes your issue where, you just set the driver tires to highly skilled outside of the race and then jump into it. I know I've never had issues with it, but I always have had my driver tires set to highly skilled anyway, so that might be the reason. Not really 100% sure though. But we are up in the first place here in our Porsche, and we are just rocking and rolling through this, or through the positions to get up here. It's got a little bit of understeer, not a lot. So again, this is a tune that I made. It is something that I want to try to do more often. I want to try to do at least 1 car per championship where I make the tune, just so I can try to get better at tuning and upgrading cars into certain classes. So if you've got the Cayman GT4, this is the 2016, I would definitely appreciate it if you try out the tune, see what you like, see if you like it, and see, give me some feedback, some creative feedback on the tune. So, but we were rocking and rolling. We do have a gap on the driver tires behind us, so I'm not going to make you sit through the entirety of the race. I'll see you closer to the end of that 3rd lap. Alright, we're coming up on the last couple turns through here. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I really like this car, so definitely try it out if you've got the Cayman. But we'll go ahead and I'll jump to our next car after we look at the leaderboard here. Trying to get ahead of myself, Alright, so we got 20 points there, first place finish. So gets us 20 points on the championship. And what we're going to do is we're going to move into our next car and look into our next race. Alright, and the next car we're going to be using is the BAC Mono, the BAC Mono. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, but this thing was an absolute rocket in Forza Horizon 5 or 4, so we're expecting it to be the same thing here. The share code that we're using, or the share code for the tune we're using along with the tuner's name, will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. This is rocking all-wheel drive and race tires as well. So there's probably rarely going to be a car that we use that isn't all-wheel drive unless it's specific for, you know, the requirements of the championship, just because all-wheel drive is far superior to rear-wheel drive and a lot easier to use. And that's why I make these videos, is to help you guys find easier ways to win these championships. So jumping into Las Jardinas circuit, into the Bachmano. Okay, nice little dusk time racing here, it looks like. Dusk or dawn, I can't really tell. Maybe it's dawn. Looks like the sun might be coming up, so we'll see how the BAC or Bachmano does through here. We should be able to just kind of send it through these turns a lot better than anybody else can. This is the other circuit race, and we saved the other car for the sprint race just because it has a higher speed. I don't know how we got that checkpoint, quite honestly. Got the Ford Super Transit van, or Super Van, whatever it's called. But we are up in the first. I will go ahead and tell you guys that sometimes you have to do some sketchy stuff to get ahead of the Drivatars in these challenges, so I would not feel bad about doing it. You know, sometimes you just have to help yourself, because the Drivatars will definitely not go easy on you. Well, that was just a terrible section. We'll see if we can hit that better on the second lap. But yeah, the Drivatars will not make it easy on you. This thing does slide quite a bit more than I was expecting. I mean, I was taking that turn a little too fast probably, but yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna probably just go ahead and skip towards the end of the race, just because, I mean, we've already proven that this thing is pretty capable of getting out in front and staying there. So we'll see you guys here in a second at the end of that race. Man, it does slide a little bit though. Maybe I'll finish out this lap. Let's get through this section and then we'll skip to towards the end of the race. Something else I should say, well, hold on, this section is coming up. Slow down a little bit more. Okay, much better through there. Something else I want to mention is you do not have to use 3 different cars for these championships. You just have to use 2, or use 1 rather, don't use 2. I just use 3 to provide some extra content for you guys, to show you different cars that can be used, in case somebody doesn't have, you know, the first car that I use. Not everybody may have that. Man, my memory is just awful. What car was I just driving? That Porsche Cayman GT4, that thing. So there's a better chance of you guys having a car that I'm using if I use 3 different vehicles. So I just try to provide some extra content for you guys. I hope you guys do appreciate it. You know, it definitely is a lot more fun driving around the track in 3 different cars, or driving around the tracks in 3 different cars, especially when there's cars that I definitely would have never used. So kind of forces me to do that as well. So, but across the line, we didn't end up skipping through any of that race at all. Kind of talked that entire last lap. First place there at the Las Jardinas circuit. And we got first place. So 20 more points into the into the championship standings. So we are sitting at 40 points in total. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into our last car and into that final race. All right, and the last car we're gonna be jumping into here is the 2008 Dodge Viper SRT 10ACR. I believe this was a barn find in the game, so everybody should have it at some point or another. But the share code for the tune that we're using, along with the tuner's name, will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. It is all-wheel drive. We're running race tires. So again, if you're a purist, please don't come after me. All-wheel drive just makes these challenges a ton easier. But we're going to jump into it. And before we do, look at this absolute dinner table of a spoiler that we've got here on the ACR. And I believe that is the stock one, which is super duper crazy. So let's go ahead and jump into it and into that final race. Uh-oh, in the rain. Welcome to the Grand Pantano Sprint here in the rain. Hopefully our Viper can handle this without any issues. Luckily it doesn't have slick tires on, but we'll see how we can do here. It'll be very interesting. So this is the faster car out of, I think it may be the fastest car that we've used today as far as top speed goes. It's also got the biggest engine though, so. That guy got his convertible top down in the rain. You be crazy. Oh, okay, we slid there. That's not super duper great. We're back into fourth. I guess something important to tell you guys is you don't absolutely have to come in first place in all these events. So you just have to be in first place in points at the end of the 3 events, at the end of the championship. But you don't actually have to win all 3 of these races in first place. I think that teaser guy is the guy in second place currently in the actual championship standings, so we could probably come in second place to him and still be completely fine. And just for the purpose of showing you, like I've done in my last 2 videos for seasonal championships, I may just come in second place just to show you guys. I'm going to try to get up to first place again and then just let him have it, just so you guys can see that the tune's not awful. It's definitely a quick tune. This is just a very wet course. So we are up in the first now. We will relinquish that position back to him in a couple of seconds. I just kind of want to fly through here just to make sure that this tune is pretty solid, that it is a good recommendation. I mean, it does feel good. It's a little slick, but if you used it on all 3 of the races, you would totally be fine with it. So we're about 25% through the race, or left of the race. So I'm gonna let off the gas as much, just kind of feather it and see if Teaser can come pass us up, because we don't want the entire pack to pass us up. All right, and then we're just gonna follow behind him and follow him to the finish line. Make sure that we don't get passed up by the other cars here, the other Dravatars. And on the final stretch here, we could have maybe made a run on him there if it was a little bit longer, but there we go. Got second place on the Grand Patino Sprint. Just for the fact, again, of showing you guys that you don't have to come in first on all 3 of the races. So second place, we got 16 points. And we still got first place in the actual championship standings, which is what you need. So if we hit continue, it's going to take us to the winner of this event. And if I hit continue, there's the red nose for completing the Toys Under the Tree Seasonal Championship. All right, so there we go. So that should have given us enough points to go in here and unlock the Mercedes-AMG E63, and it has. So that's been added to our garage. Let's go ahead and jump into it because it's a lot more exciting than a red nose. And we have 2 of them. Okay. I don't understand how I keep getting 2 of these cars. I'm assuming one was through a wheel spin, I think. But it makes them a lot more, or a lot less fun to obtain when you already have them by other means. But nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy the video today or found it helpful. If you did, definitely leave a like on the video. Again, the red nose is really nothing great in Horizon 5, but it does give you 5 points towards the seasonal progress, which in turn did get us the E63 here today. So I hope you guys do have a great rest of your day. Definitely come back to the channel for future Forza Horizon 5 videos. Definitely get subscribed for those videos as well. But I hope you have a great one, and we will see you in the next video.